Hi, Dai Quang. Can you hear me, Dai Quang? Dai Quang,
Hello, teacher.
how are you today?
I'm great, thank you.
Good. Okay, Dai Quang, we're going to do some writing today, okay?
Yes.
Okay, let's read the email first.
Hi, Marco. I remember you mentioned you were going on a school exchange this year. Where are you going? I hope it's somewhere interesting so that you will have lots to do. Are you going to practice your English or another language? It's really the best way to improve your English skill. Have you got information on the family you are staying with? When are you coming back? I would love to come for a visit. Right soon, Sonia.
Okay. You must answer this question and write 100 words. Read the email from your English-speaking friend, Sonia, and make notes. Hi, Marco. I remember you mentioned you were going on a school exchange this year. Where are you going? I hope it's somewhere interesting so that you will have lots to do. Are you going to practice your English or another language? It's really the best way to improve your speaking skills. Have you got information on the family you are staying with? When are you coming back? I'd love to come for a visit. Right soon, Sonia. Okay, writing ideas. Make a note of any questions asked in the email. Create an answer for each question. Use vocabulary and phrases like going on a school exchange. It will be interesting, very different from a new experience, a new country, meet new people, maybe add some extra information. Paragraph 1, say where you are going. Paragraph 2, say what language you will speak. Paragraph 3, say who you will be staying with. 4, say when you will be back. I'm going to make it smaller so that we can see all of this. There we go. Like that, so that you can use this to help you. Okay, use this to help you. Hi, Lam Anh.
Hi, teacher.
How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Okay, Dai Quang, what is the first thing you can see? The first paragraph. Let's start with the first paragraph.
Dear Marco, uh, hi, Sonia.
Hi, Sonia.
Then, uh, yes, of course. I'm going for a school exchange this year. I think I will go to the England. Uh, so I will have uh have lot to do. I hope uh I can the uh do do the work at England.
Okay, so you're going to England?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Lam Anh, can you, good, Dai Quang, I'm going to type it for you now. I just want to see if Lam Anh can read it for us. Lam Anh, can you read the email so that you know what we are doing?
Hi, Michael. I remember you mentioned you were going on a school exchange this year. Where are you going? I hope it's somewhere interesting so that you will have lots to do. Are you going to practice your English or another language? Is really the best way to improve the speaking skill. Have you got information on the family you are staying with? When are you coming back? I love to come for a visit. Right soon, Sonia.
Okay, now the first paragraph. Dai Quang, say the first paragraph again. Hi, Sonia.
Hi, Sonia. Yes. Yes, I will go to the England. I yes, I will go
Okay.
for a school exchange this year.
Okay, but now you can't just say where you're going. Say like your introduction.
I
Dear Sonia. Now say something like, I am very excited about the school exchange. It is going to be very interesting. I am going to stay in a small town near England or near London. Where do you want to stay? London? Okay. Right. Second paragraph, Lam Anh. Are you going to practice your English or another language? It's really the best way to improve. So say what language you are going to practice.
I got into practice my English and English is really the best language to improve my speaking skill.
Okay. Say that again. Yes, I'm going to improve my English.
It really is really the best language to
I
improve.
will have to speak English because London is an English country all the time. And I am a little bit nervous about that. You are right, though. It is a good way to improve my speaking skills. I will have to speak English all the time, and I'm a little bit nervous about that. You are right, though. It is a good way to improve my speaking skills. Dai Quang, number 3. Say who you will be staying with.
Yes, I will go for a family, small village in London.
Okay, so I will live with a British family. I don't know much about them, but I do know that they have 2 children who are almost the same age as me. Just a little bit information. Or you can say, I don't know much about them, but I do know they have 2 pets. Or I do know that they have I do know that the mother is the teacher at school, or anything you can say there. Paragraph 4, Lam Anh, say when you will be back and mention Sonia's visit.
I will back to back to
Not to, on
October 31st.
Okay, I will be back on 31st of October. And mention Sonia's visit.
I will visit us of two of December.
No, mention Sonia's visit. Sonia wants to come visit you. Mention her visit.
Is 2nd of November.
It would be great if you come and stay for a few days. I will send you an email while I am in Britain. And then your name. Okay, let's read the email again. Dai Quang, you can read first.
Dear Sonia, I'm very excited about the school exchange. It's going to be very interesting. I am going to stay in a small town near London. I will have to speak English all the time, and I am a little bit nervous about that. You are right, though. It is a good way to improve my speaking skill. I will live with a British family. I don't know much about them, but I do know that they have two children who are almost same ages as me. I will back on 31st of October. It would be great if you come and stay for a few days. I will send you an email while I am in Bristol.
Oh, I'm in Britain. England is in Britain. Britain. Okay. Lam Anh, you can read it for us.
Dear Sonia, I am very excited about the school exam. It is going to be very interesting. I am going to stay in a small town near London. I will have to speak English all the time, and I am a little bit nervous about that. You are right, Tom. It is a good way to improve my speaking skill. I will live with a British family. I don't know much about them, but I do know that they have two children who are almost the same age as me. I will be back on 31st of October. It won't be great if you come and stay for a few days. I will send you an email while I am in British.
Okay. So here we said where we are going to London, which language we are speaking. We're speaking English. A little bit about the family. They've got kids, and when we are coming back. Okay. So that one is the easier one. Now it gets harder, okay? Because now you have to use your imagination even more. I'll make it bigger. Okay, choose one of these questions. Write your answer in 100 words. So we're going to do question 2. You see this notice on an English language website for students. Articles wanted, an interesting place. Write an article telling us about the most interesting place you have ever been to. What did you do there? Would you recommend it for other people to go? The best articles answering these questions will be published next month. Okay. Think of an interesting place. Is it a big place? Is it beautiful? Is it far away? Think of things you can see and do there. Are there many museums or old buildings? Is it a city, or is it near the seaside, or is it in the countryside? You can use phrases like, there are lots of shops. It had a large castle, palace, museum, park. The restaurants are very good. The people are friendly. You can use vocabulary like friendly, safe, and clean, quiet, busy, noisy, amazing, wonderful, unusual. Okay, start the article saying where the place is, Lam, and let's start. The most interesting place. So where is this place?
The place that is interesting, there is a museum.
No, sweetie, you're not listening. It's not that. You must write an article about the most interesting place you have ever been to. That means a city or a town. The museum is in the town, but you have to say what is the most amazing. So the most amazing place I have ever been is Vegas in America or Paris in France.
Hanoi.
Okay. So tell me in 2 sentences. The most interesting place that I have ever been to is?
Hanoi.
Okay, why?
Because they have a lot of things to know. Example is a museum.
Wait, the most interesting place that I have ever been to is in Vietnam, Hanoi. So how do you, is it like that?
Yes.
In Vietnam. It is a beautiful, is it a city or a town?
It's a city.
The beautiful city, and there is so much to see and do there. Okay, paragraph 2. That's paragraph 1. Paragraph 2, Dai Quang. Say why you went there and where you stayed.
I stayed at Vinh City and and I stay at a small at Vinh City with my family. I go there to learn about language at Vietnam.
No. Did you go to Hanoi with your family?
Yes.
Okay, wait.
I go uh, at May.
I went last summer. Is it summer or winter?
It is the summer.
With my family for how long? For a week, for 2 weeks, for a month?
For a week.
For a week. Where did you stay?
I stay at Dong Da district.
Is it a hotel?
No.
Where did you stay then? With friends?
I stay with my family at that full hotel.
At the hotel. We stayed in a big hotel in the center of the city. It was the hotel cheap or expensive? Is it lots of money to stay in the hotel, or is it is it cheap? Dai Quang, I can't hear you.
It is cheap.
It was cheap to stay there because it is only a 3-star hotel. Okay,
Yes.
next paragraph. Lam Anh, say what you did there.
I did there a lot of things. Example, I go to museum and read some book or watching a film about dinosaur. Also I will play a beach. I will go to the beach with my new friends. And I also like making a sandcastle.
Every day we went somewhere different, but my favorite place was going to the beach. It was wonderful. Even though there were lots of people, it was still clean and peaceful. Okay. Just see. Okay, Dai Quang, finish the article giving recommendations. That means would you go again, and would you ask or tell other people to also go?
I think Hanoi is is the peace is the beautiful city in Vietnam. So I will visit it a lot and more.
I think Hanoi has something for everyone and is a very special place. That's how you can end off. Okay, let's see if you can read the email, Dai Quang.
Yes, the most interesting place that I ever been to is Hanoi in Vietnam. It is a beautiful city and there is so much to see and do there. I went last summer with my family for a week. We stayed in a big hotel in the center of the city. It was cheap to stay there because it is only a 3-star hotel. Every day we went somewhere different, but my favorite place was going to the beach. It was wonderful. Even though there were a lot of people, it was still clean and peaceful. I think Hanoi has something for everyone and it's a very special place.
Peaceful, okay, special place. Lam Anh, you try?
The most interesting place that I have ever been to is Hanoi in Vietnam. It is a beautiful city and there is so much to see and do there. I went last summer with my family for a week. We stayed in a big hotel in the center of the city. It was cheap to stay there because it's only a three-star hotel. Every day we went somewhere different, but my favorite place was going to the beach. It was wonderful. Even town there were lots of people. It was still clean, beautiful. It was wonderful. At Event Town, there were lots of people. It was still clean and beautiful. I think Hanoi has something for everyone and it's a very special place.
Okay, I want you to read it again, Lam Anh, because you're not pronouncing your words correctly. So go again.
The most interesting place that I have ever been to is Hanoi in Vietnam. It is a beautiful city and there is so much to see and do there.
No, not much. Much. Much.
Much. I went last summer with my family for a week. We stayed in a big hotel in the center of the city. I was cheap to
Not
stay.
I was cheap. No.
It was cheap to stay there because
No. It's not. It was cheap to stay there. Why are you stopping in the middle of the sentence? There's no full stop. It was cheap to stay there because it is only a 3-star hotel. Well, don't stop after stay. There's no sign to tell you that you must stop, okay? Try again. It was cheap.
It was cheap to stay there because it is only a 3-star hotel. Every day we went somewhere different, but my favorite place was going to the beach.
Read that sentence again. You are stopping in the middle of a sentence. Try again. Every day.
Every day we went somewhere different, but my favorite place was going to the beach. It was wonderful. Even though
Even though
there were lots of people, it was still clean and beautiful.
no, not fearful, peaceful.
Peaceful. I think Hanoi has something for everyone and is a very special place.
Special place. Lam Anh, special place.
Special place.
Okay, we're gonna read it again, Lam Anh. But first I want Dai Quang to read it. Dai Quang, you can go.
The most interesting place that I have ever been to is Hanoi in Vietnam. It's a beautiful city and there is so much to see and do there. I went last summer with my family for a week. We stayed in a big hotel in the center of the city. It was cheap to stay there because it is only a 3-star hotel. Every day I went somewhere different, but my favorite place was going to the beach. It was wonderful. Even though there are lots of people, it was still clean and peaceful. I think Hanoi has something for everyone and it is a very special place.
Okay. Lam Anh, you try.
The most interesting place that I have ever been to is Hanoi in Vietnam. It is a beautiful city and there is so much to see and do there. I went last summer with my family for a week. We stayed in a big hotel in the center of the city. It was cheap to stay there because it is only a three-star hotel. Every day we went somewhere different, but my favorite place was going to the beach. It was wonderful. Even though there were lots of
Even though
even though it was still clean and peaceful.
peaceful, peaceful,
Peaceful. I think Hanoi has something for everyone and is a very special place.
special, special place. Lam Anh, read the last sentence again.
Special place.
Okay, read the last sentence.
Special place.
No, I think
Hanoi has something for everyone and is a very special place.
special, special,
Special.
special place.
Special
Okay,
place.
I did save it. Now let's go on to the next one. Okay, this question. Your English teacher has asked you to write a story. The story must begin with the sentence, when I heard the sound, I slowly turned around. Use your imagination. Ask yourself where you were and why you were there. Think of something that might make a noise behind you. Think about how you were feeling. I didn't know what the sound was. I knew immediately what the sound was. Say what happened in the end. It was terrible, surprising, wonderful, unbelievable. Okay. Paragraph 1. Use the sentence given and describe where you were and why you were there. Okay, you try first. Dai Quang.
Yes. When I heard the sound, I slowly turned around. Uh, when I was finished my school lesson, I go out to the gate and when I heard the sound, I slowly turned around.
Okay. Number 2. Write what sound you heard and how it made you feel. Lam Anh, what sound did you hear and how did it make you feel?
When I heard the sound, I felt um I feel very worry from my ears.
No, you can't say that. What sound did you hear? Lam Anh, what sound did you hear?
I can hear the my I can see I can hear the birds sing and My mom talk.
What sound did you hear?
I can just I don't know what you say.
What sound? Can be somebody shouting, it can be a car crash, it can be a loud bang, it can be a gunshot. What sound did you hear? Dai Quang, what sound did you hear?
I hear a very loud um, it's very it's very it's very loud and uh, I felt not happy.
It is loud, but what is the sound? You have to say it's somebody shouting. It was a gunshot. It was fireworks. It was somebody screaming. It was a car crash where the car went into the wall. It was the chair that fell over. You have to say what the sound was,
This
even if
was
it's
a
loud.
sound. It was a sound of the car going and and going going in the wall.
Okay, so the car is crashing. Lam Anh, what sound did you hear?
La, last week, no, last year, when I when I was asleep, I can hear a very big sound next to my house. Is a famous bank about five five girl is singing and is very noisy, so I can sleep.
So it was a girl singing or
Yes,
screaming?
there is a girl singing.
Okay, now let's start with paragraph 1. We're going to make a story. Dai Quang, describe where you were and why you were there. Now let's make our story. Where were you and why?
When I stop a lesson at school, I go to the gate and I heard the sound. I slowly turned around.
Were you alone in the street?
No, I was in the school.
Okay, so there were other friends in the street as well?
Yes,
Okay, and then what sound did you hear? A car crash?
yes, a car crashed the wall.
Okay, and how did it make you feel?
It made me feel nervous and worried.
Okay, what happened next? What happened after the car crashed? Did you go to the car to help the people? Did you phone the ambulance? Did you run to school, into school to call your teacher? What happened next? I can't hear you, Dai Quang.
I go to school.